This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Birch, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Hi, this is Dan Jurgens, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of Capes and Lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Capes and Lunatics podcast. I am Phil. Joining me as always, the stash from New Jersey. It is
Charlie, the Professor Esser. It's great to be here, Phil.
And hopefully Little Hellfire should be back soon. Has technical difficulties, so
Our technical difficulties. Difficulties of the technicals. They're the worst. But at least we got nice music.
yeah.
And maybe Phil can keep this one in control if me and Lilith just don't drive us right off the rails. He only has one cat to herd tonight.
Well,
At least until Lilith gets here.
alrighty. So, what should we talk about? I was gonna say, what would Lilith not care about? Oh, there she is.
There she is. She's back.
She's on the phone again.
That's fine. She's a millennial. The millennials are always on their phones.
I told you. Oh, jeez. I was good. Hey, what did I tell you about trying to download all that porn at once? Come on.
I stream it now. Come on, Grandpa.
Yeah, you don't download porn. That's how you get viruses.
I'm sorry, kids. I don't know. I don't indulge in porn a lot.
You back up all your high quality 4K to the external hard drives just in case the internet goes down. By the way, nobody told Rob apparently.
What? We said porn. We didn't go into detail. Oh.
Give us a minute.
Oh, please! Every episode.
Nobody tell Rob.
That was implied.
Well, he's like Gordon. Plausible deniability. I don't know who Batman is.
There is no Batman. Okay.
There is Batman because before we forget, it was a few days ago. DC announced that they're doing Superman 78 and Batman 89 comics digital first.
Oh, okay. So it's Christopher Reeve Superman. That's cool with Gene Hackman, Lex Luthor.
You know what that means, Charlie Esser. They're stealing your idea. We could have a Gus Gorman in the comics at some point. Did you just talk facts?
Let it be done. Let it be. Let it happen, man. They could do so much with Gus Gorman.
He was still alive in that universe, you know.
Oh yeah, he's very much alive, and I mean, in 78, he's not there yet.
No, he's in the third, not till the third one, yeah.
Yeah, which is well into the 80s. But, we could get there. We could get to that universe of the Gus Gorman. And, maybe we'll even meet the rich people. And I'm forgetting their names now, but they weren't that important. But they were great characters to have.
Are they going to team up with Flex?
I'm looking forward to a lot of it. I didn't even realize they were doing the Superman 78 as well. I mean, the Batman 89, that is the quintessential Batman. That's, Batman was good.
Yeah. And it's interesting because did you see, I guess, I don't know if it's the whole thing or just like the first arc or so, but they said Sam Hamm, who wrote, I guess, that screenplay for the movies, is going to be writing the comic.
Cool. And I wonder, what characters... See, what I always find interesting in those adaptations is not so much the characters we've seen, but the characters we've never seen. But that they try to interpret them in a way that they would be like a 66 Poison Ivy. Or, a 66 Scarecrow.
Well, you know what they have to do? They need to pay it off and give us that Billy D. Williams Two-Face.
Oh, the comics would do it.
Oh yeah.
I can see that. I can see a Billy D. Williams, Harvey Dent Two-Face. That would be amazing. And
yeah, that is like
the rights.
That is the biggest thing I feel like they failed in those movies is we never got Billy D as Two-Face.
Yeah. And honestly, the I guess what was who was that actor? He was in Captain America too, and Men in Black.
Oh,
Who played
Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah, was he even like lawyer Harvey Dent in that, or was he just shows up as Two-Face?
There was like a quick flashback. They showed like there was like a news report real quick. It's like, oh, if you remember, Harvey Dent was in it. They showed like 5 seconds of him getting the acid in the face in the courtroom.
Yeah.
It was like it. Yeah.
Wow, and it bleached the other half of his skin too. Yes. So anyway, that's I would love that, and that would be in the true '89 universe, and would also then create the separation between the original Tim Burton universe and then the later that other guy universe. I've lost all names tonight. Schumacher, the Schumacher universe. So then they could actually do how a Tim Burton verse Poison Ivy and a Tim Burton Mr. Freeze would be.
Yep.
And that would be cool. Ooh, a Tim Burton Riddler. Because it's got to be better than the Riddler we're going to be getting in the Patton-verse. Because...
Oh, no, he's going to be like a serial killer or something, Riddler.
Yeah, that's not the Riddler. It's not. He doesn't wear a gimp mask. He's not into weird things like that. No, it's wrong. It is bad, and they should feel bad.
He doesn't try to make deals with a demon. No.
I don't know what the Riddler does now in the comic books. Who knows what you DC people read?
So, Lilith, Superman 78, Batman 89. Good idea or cheap desperation?
Cheap desperation.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, obviously. It is.
Throwing stuff at the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah. Definitely.
But sometimes that's when you get your best ideas, is when you stop caring. And that's the thing. It's like sometimes your best ideas come when you just stop trying to make something and just say, well, what if we tried that?
Well, what was this?
And then it works. Like Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond worked because nobody really thought that was going to be anything, I'm sure. It's like, what if we just completely, did Batman 20 years in the future, but, not have him fight Superman? And it actually worked out great. What if he gets a new Batman?
Well, yeah, it wasn't. I think the story on that was they wanted like a kid Batman cartoon, and they were like, oh, okay, was it Bruce Timm or whoever was just like, okay, you know what, we'll have Bruce Wayne handing off, in the future or whatever.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't have minded a young man Bruce Wayne traveling the world. That's always the problem with Bruce Wayne's timeline, is he has all this education, and he spent his youth traveling the world, and he's like just out of his 20s. So it's like there's a lot of learning that guy had to shove into a lot of small spaces.
Well, the majority of the stories, Lilith, isn't it? Like he graduated school at 18. I don't know if he did any college, but he spent a decade or close to a decade traveling abroad.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, so we can even jump into. He graduated college at 18, and then maybe got his doctorate at 18.
He came from a wealthy family, Charlie Esther. He could have had the finest tutors in the world.
That is true. That is true. Just like Morticia Adams, never went to formal school, but had all of the finest tutors money could buy. Yeah. And who else has had the finest tutors money can buy?
Who?
Wednesday Addams.
Oh, jeez. Yes.
Do we want to talk about Wednesday Addams? I like Wednesday Addams. I am about as excited about anything I've ever seen as I am about Wednesday Addams. I feel bad for the actress who created Adult Wednesday on YouTube, which, she did have to take down. But those are such good stories and homages to Wednesday that it's a little sad that they have been. I hope that they somehow recognize the value that she gave to the character and incorporate some of the ideas of that into it, because it was really good. And now we're going to get that adult Wednesday Addams, and I believe this is stemming from the previously established Wednesday Addams universe of the Raul Julia Gomez, Addams Family Values, Addams Family and Addams Family Values universe. It is live action, but I don't think it's Christina Ricci.
That I mean, unless they don't have the money. But I was going to say they should look into that. I mean,
she's a little too old for what they want.
Oh,
by Hollywood standards.
Oh,
always preface that, I guess.
But it is Tim Burton.
And he's actually a fiercely
Helena Bonham Carter's gonna play adult Wednesday if it's Tim Burton. Dummy.
Well, okay, then that entire too old for the Wednesday is out the door. Nothing against Helena Bonham Carter, an amazingly beautiful woman, but I do think she's at least 2 years older than Christina Ricci, at least. And nothing against her. And there's nothing wrong with being 2 years older than Christina Ricci. But
who does Tim Burton even work with if it's not Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter? I don't know. And Danny Elfman, I don't know.
Well,
I guess we'll find out.
One definite, it won't be Amber Heard.
Thank goodness. Meanwhile, she's still working at DC for now.
Well, who isn't working at DC? I mean, again, like you said, they're just like, I don't keep her around. Maybe she'll have a resurgence. Maybe people will like it. I don't know. They don't know. They're just sure. We'll have her and
if
her.
We're standing up against Joss Whedon. We should stand up against all abusers and liars. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no. Well, please, they'll probably call Joss Whedon next week just to see how he's doing.
No. The industry's done with him. He's pissed off whoever he's pissed off, and he's been sacrificed, and all his skeletons have been. Well, not all his skeletons. There's probably like 3 more.
Oh,
I doubt those will come up unless he's really pissed someone.
I don't know.
Yeah,
they keep adding accuser names every day.
I know, and it's
there's 3 big ones for sure that haven't come out yet. So I'm just waiting.
And here's the thing: I don't know if any of the abuse that he inflicted ever actually broke the law. Which means his worst case scenario, unlike Bill Cosby, will be to just have to sit on his pile of money for the rest of his life. And, sort of like
pile of money. Okay.
Oh, I think that guy's got a little. I think he's got a few bucks left.
He's got a couple of vices. I'm saying there's things.
Okay.
Like I said, there's things that could be said about you haven't been said. And when those 3 things come out, that's when he's really pissed off somebody high. That's all.
Well, all I'm saying is you don't get those kind of vices unless you have the money for them.
Well, look at Nick Cage. I'm in. He's a Coppola. He's been bankrupt a few times. And Joss Whedon doesn't have that that backup me. So.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying
not that
is
pockets, but as you do, you Google schmoogle people and.
Yeah,
sometimes it's shocking.
I will just say that I imagine that he has some money left. Maybe he had a good money manager. Maybe he bought GameStop low. I don't know.
Who knows? Who cares? I don't want to talk about it ever again.
That's it. I don't here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think he's gonna wind up as a security guard. Like Gary Coleman,
well, his parents robbed him. That's a whole different.
Well, exactly. That's
a whole different bag of hammers right there. Sad.
Yeah, that was Gary Coleman. It is sad that kids
deserved better.
Well, don't we all?
Oh, but Charlie, I forget if you brought it up on the air or not. But Lil, did you see? We're adding now a Supergirl to the Flash movie.
It's not a Flash. Not a at this point. I don't know what to call it, but it's not a Flash movie.
That's what
it's like, hey, we know we still have Ezra Miller. We know, but look at all this other stuff, guys.
Well, you know what it is, and again, it's
and it's Flashpoint. Like nothing's gonna matter at the end of the day.
they're throwing stuff at
matters,
the wall.
so nothing matters. You know.
But I actually think that what they're maybe trying to do is just, again, seeing what sticks. They're saying, you know what, let's, and again, because yes, like you said, it's Flashpoint, nothing has to stick. If the next movie, Supergirl's blonde, who's going to care? Because we clearly don't, is what DC is saying right now. Yeah, they won't care because we don't care. And it's kind of cool that there's going to be a new Supergirl. She's going to be a brunette like her brother, which is nice, or her cousin. Well, we really don't know how that.
I mean, they could always
Kryptonian breeding tubes. I don't know how those things work, so I don't know what their feelings are on incest. Quite frankly.
Whoa!
Superman had the hots for her. Come on, let's not.
Well, honest, it's like the only other member of his species. That's always
It's because of first cousin. Because as the joke goes, everybody knows cousins don't count.
Yes.
Oh.
No,
it's true. It doesn't.
Wait, what?
Legally speaking, in most places, it doesn't count. First cousins do, second cousins don't.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, but she was a first cousin, so
yeah. And I mean, come on, he wasn't attracted to her. She didn't. He loves that double L.
Yeah. Well, she has the L name at the end because she's Zora L.
Yeah, but there's no double L.
And she was what's her name? Linda Danvers or something. It's got an L at the start, She had to have that D to just keep his D away,
Oh. But no, Lois Lane, Lana Lang, Lex. Oh wait, no.
I know. Well, no, that's because
the mermaid.
As I have always said, clearly, Kryptonians have auditory fetishes. When you think about how big MSMR, whatever those kind of videos are, ASMR videos, I'm sure there's lots of people that have auditory fetishes right now, and that don't talk about it. But that's going to be like the next. That's going to be the next furries is the auditory fetishists.
Yeah. It's already there, buddy. It's already because
sure
it's got demonized and demonetized on both YouTube and Patreon. So yes, it is furries basically.
Yeah.
Well, good for them. That should be a badge of honor, getting demonetized. On the video that you put up that cost you nothing, or just a labor of love, getting that demonetized. It's like almost, I would say that, not that I want to ever be demonetized, but I would say that's almost a good thing in the idea that, well, now I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for the love.
Okay, let's actually do the podcast that we get paid nothing for.
Yes. Well, we do, but that's okay. I don't mind. I do it out of love, If this was how I was making my living, I'd probably do something like, about business and industry and human resources, rules and laws and regulations and best practices, of which there are many podcasts, and those all make money because they're listened to by people who are like, I want to know how to better make money. And so they say, well, here is how you keep your business afloat by not getting sued. And here's how you skirt the law just around the edge, because that's what you kind of usually have to do in business. It is that constant.
Why did your eye drift over to my box?
I don't know.
We're all scheduled for HR talks. Don't worry about it.
I already had mine.
You can't give me an HR talk. I am HR. Literally, I'm like the only HR guy. So
I am the human resources.
I am the human resource. Oh, that is a superhero waiting to happen.
That's a super villain. Let's all be honest.
Oh,
no offense. I work in HR too. No offense.
Well, see that. Oh, see, but it is a classic villain origin story. It's like, I'm trying to help you. Why do you hate me so? Fools! I'll show you all.
Were you talking inappropriately?
Yes, that is HR.
This is not Mad Men. How many times do we have to watch the video?
Exactly.
But some.
I heard WandaVision broke Disney servers.
Yeah, this morning everyone was so afraid of spoilers. Yeah, they broke Disney Plus for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. I was there twice.
Because
3 times if you count when I watched with Tristan.
because even though Charlie doesn't want to admit that I was right.
You weren't right about anything yet.
I marked my words, and it's Kim.
Oh, well, you said Agnes. No, okay. What happened was Can we? Okay, spoilers. Do you want to do a spoiler or no spoilers?
You've had 5 minutes. Spoilers abound, baby.
Okay,
It's 3 a.m. So we're on since 3 a.m.
Yeah, here's what I'm gonna say. Okay, they were so laughing at everyone as they made that thing. Basically, you never knew it was Agnes all along, and it was so campy and silly. It's like Jimmy Woo and his board, like, why are there hexes, and who is this person, and what is that, and all these things that fans get obsessed about. And in its own way, I feel like it is a mocking love letter to Marvel nerds that I appreciate as a Marvel nerd. So I don't think that the reveal. I mean, yes, it was very staged and over the top, but what hasn't been, and that's the thing that the Agnes reveal still follows a sitcom format. In fact, going all the way back to the Munsters in its sound cues suggests that, you know what? This isn't quite what you think it is. Just like Wanda and WandaVision wasn't quite what you thought it was. And the actual thing that no one is talking about is the commercial. Do you remember what the commercial was in this episode, Phil?
Yes. I don't remember the exact wording, but talking about a Nexus and...
No, it was for Nexus.
Oh, yes, the drug, yes.
Yes, maybe the universe revolves around you, because the world doesn't revolve around you, but maybe it does. Nexus. And this is the thing. When you go into the basement, and it is covered with vines and vegetation.
Look out, he's gonna whip out the man thing.
There is a man. There's actually a book with Man Thing's freaking face on it in Agnes's basement.
It's a man thing, baby.
Well, that's what those Swedish penis bumps are for.
Oh no! Now we're gonna have to cover giant-sized man thing issues. Oh
yes. Well, no, but that's the thing. That is the thing. The giant-sized man thing. No, I mean, clearly there is references in this, and that's the thing. Everything else we've seen, you can sort of tie into something about Wanda, except for Nexus. Unless, as Tristan pointed out, oh yes, that's what brought all of the Marvel characters into Fortnite. So if next episode is a Fortnite-based episode, no, that's actually brilliant, because you know what? That would follow the logic.
Promotion, baby. Cross promotion.
Well, the idea that the next episode, in the last episode of Full Stream Ahead, Enough Said, Maz and I were discussing this, and we were discussing, like, what would Darcy become? And the idea that, she'll be a YouTuber, or a conspiracy theorist or something like that. We had a couple different options, but because that's like the next generation of video content, but actually, really, no, it's not. The next generation of video content is Fortnite. So it makes much more sense. And for what it's worth, there's a lot of video games in this episode. The idea that the next episode is going to be set in the realm of Fortnite through the Nexus is not insane.
What if they really break the fourth wall, either next episode or the one after, and they're on Disney Plus? So I'm thinking the next thing is streaming, and again, come on, branding. They're gonna be like,
yeah. Well, we'll see what it is. We'll see how it. Although tellingly, in this episode, there was no broadcast.
Yeah, no, they said it went dark. Yeah,
which actually says the broadcast isn't what it seems either.
Well, I think. Well, do you think she's like she's straining because she did push it out further? So.
No, and clearly she was. That was the thing with this whole episode, is she's training.
Everything was.
I wanted to talk about some of this on super connectivity, but we can talk.
Yeah, go ahead. Save it for super connectivity.
I mean, honestly, I could talk 4 hours on this show.
I know.
Because there is so much and so different. But, yeah, she's straining. She's basically, they frame it in that nice, oh, I got a hangover kind of thing. It's a man who's had many hangovers. And so, and she's like, oh, and that's what's weird about the whole thing is how many things within it always seems so contemporary. And that's like the weirdest thing with stuff that Marvel's been producing. Maybe Kevin Feige can see the future, or they've like unlocked Disney has cracked that code that says, here are all of the trends of society. They have got an algorithm that we haven't even seen yet that just basically says, here's what's going to be cool next. That they've cracked this algorithm and it just tells them, oh, reference self-quarantining, reference this, reference staycation, and just all these things that arguably weren't a real thing, like a major idea they existed certainly, but they weren't a major idea when these things were in production.
Well, maybe that's the thing, that it's like more and more of modern society is bleeding into her reality, though.
Yes, but I'm talking about items that weren't modern society when this thing was produced. Essentially, when this was produced, COVID was a fear, but it wasn't necessarily thought to be the thing that destroyed the world.
No, but I don't think,
as we now know, it will be.
I think they had the majority of it done, but I thought they had to wait a little bit because they had to shut down towards the end for, because of quarantining and stuff.
Yeah, but they don't shoot these things in order, so.
No, but you don't know. So you don't know when they shot this. They might have shot the part.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. They could have shot those, and those are very socially distant scenes. 4 people being tested, in the room. That could be a reality in it. It's interesting. It is very interesting. I do think that there is something interesting going on with Marvel and their ability to seize the zeitgeist of late. Because they do somehow happen to catch these things, Maybe we're just so starved for content that speaks to us that we see what we want to see, just like in WandaVision.
New Jersey!
Who doesn't love New Jersey, man? And I am all about New Jersey. I live here, and it's nice, except it's also weird. But also, if Westview is in the Pine Barrens, we got the Jersey Devil there. That's the thing. And really, depending on by the looks of it, there's some pretty wild parts of New Jersey. You could have the nexus of all realities. You could have a Swamp Thing place in New Jersey.
I believe it.
And I actually always thought that Agatha Harkness lived in Long Island.
Yeah, she was 100 in the comics too. So I mean, we're not playing.
Yeah. No. But and that's another thing is, like when you go into and this is what I always say: you can't rest on the comics.
No,
because they never ever follow the comics.
No, because then people would know which way they're going.
Exactly, which is honestly that is like the biggest argument to say that Agnes is the villain, because Agnes has not really been a villain for the most part.
Exactly.
In Wanda's history, she has mostly been a benevolent force in all of her incarnations, from her first appearance with the Fantastic Four. I love that they've replaced Ebony with Mr. Scratchy, which is nice.
And she killed the dog. I told you.
Well, she killed a fictional dog, is the argument in that.
Or was it?
Well, but just that. See, and that is one of those things that makes me think that this is them making fun of nerds. Because obviously everyone would have thought she killed the dog.
Yeah, but you're telling me there was no dogs there before all this happened?
No, there were probably dogs. I don't know. But the fact of the dog is that actually Billy created the dog. Billy, because that is what we're looking at in this storyline, is Billy awakening his powers. And they're probably kind of I mean, if we're going to get anything that ties to this, it's that Billy is going to be the Franklin Richards character who splinters Mephisto.
Yep.
As the
Phrasing.
Hey, man. If Mephisto didn't want to be splintered, he shouldn't be messing with Omega mutants.
Oh my lord! I heard people have been saying, "Oh, what if this whole event, everyone in this town gets turned into mutants?" And it's like, "Oh, great! So everybody in the mutant race is going to be from New Jersey."
As they should be. No, and actually, you see, this is the thing about mutants everyone forgets. Mutants always existed, all the way back to ancient Egypt, as we know, and even further back as we go. Mutants became big in the 60s because they were dropping a bunch of atom bombs that caused energy seepage throughout the world, which then awakened genes. Similar to the way that the 4 snaps we've just endured probably sent out a lot of interesting radiations that are awakening a lot of sleeping genes. It's not that Charles Xavier couldn't have existed in the 40s and been a super powerful mutant long before, but that now that after the snap, suddenly mutants are showing up ad nauseum.
I thought we were talking this on super connectivity.
Well, no, I've already talked about this with Maz, so I can talk about this now.
Oh,
This is an old theory. I haven't even gotten into some of the stuff I've talked about.
Oh,
Phil, I can do this for 4 hours straight. I thought you might want to talk about something else because we've got John Wesley Shipp.
That's where I was going next. Yes.
Then cut me off, Phil. You have got to learn to assert yourself in these conversations.
Only one man. But yeah, Lilith, good casting. We got JWS is going to be on Stargirl.
Yeah, I know. I knew that before you guys knew that, but okay.
Yeah, no, but it's okay.
Exclusives.
I'm just, I wonder about John Wesley Shipp right now as an actor.
I want to be. We got this covered, but with the truth.
Here's my thing.
We all have a connect to him. All you have to do is ask her.
Oh, okay.
Here's what I will say about John Wesley Shipp. I do wonder if he's like, oh, I'm going to be playing the Flash again. Great. I love the role. Oh, I'm going to be that Flash again. Okay, great. I love the role. It gets to me this thing. It's like, okay, I do you need someone to be a mailman in that movie? Maybe the mailman has an arc. Is that a story that I could explore? He's an actor.
For the way I understand it, he does actually really cherish that role, and he has a very great understanding of the role, and he jumps at the chance to be able to, reprise that role in any way, shape that he can. He actually has he had a rocky relationship. Something happened, we don't know, but they've reconciled, and we're lucky to actually still be able to have him after what happened because it was touch and go for a while.
And it's cool because this actually means that more of that Justice Society of America is out there. Yeah. I hope it's not just all going to be flashbacks. I know that we're going to be introducing new characters into this because we're going to get that are essentially our young Justice League. But having Jay Garrett come in, having Shining Knight come in, having
he's like the only guy that can pass the torch,
Yeah.
So
on
so many levels.
Well, I wonder if we're going to get an Alan Scott because Jade's supposed to show up on this show. So
yeah, well, we've already seen.
Going to mention.
Well, I mean, we might get Alan. We might. I mean, he might be dead. But he could still have a daughter. We all get drunk one night.
Whoa. One night. One night.
Or that it could have been an even fair trade with a lesbian couple,
Or I always like Sulo's statement is, his daughter, had one great night with one wild night with a glamazon. That's what George Dickens about the Sulu's daughter in the books. He says, well, he never married, but he did have that one great night with a glamazon.
Oh my.
Oh my, yes. So that's his Amazonian princess. And so however they want to play Alan Scott, I am completely neutral on where they go with that character because he has history in both descriptions. Same with Bobby Drake, but I I can see them not wanting to bury him now that he has an established character, but can also give him a daughter because, let's face it, if gay people didn't have children, you know, the world would be a lot weirder, because we have a lot of gay people who have had children over the years because they didn't always be upfront about who they were, but established their relationships the way they could in their society. And of course, because sexual orientation is a spectrum, and there probably are a lot of people that were bi enough to get through the day, even if they were gay. So, anyway, I want to see Jade. I want to see the Alan Scott legacy pass on. I want Green Lanterns. I want freaking Green Lanterns that aren't Hal Jordan.
Amen, brother.
You know, not that I hate Hal Jordan, but it's like, you know,
we're getting
it's okay to hate Hal.
HBO Max is working on a series, and supposedly it's not Hal Jordan, it's not Jon Stewart.
It's none of the good stuff. They saved the good guys for the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to be doing it set in that far future one with that new person.
Future State is not here to stay. That will never make it into the movies, so don't get your hopes up.
I have so few hopes for DC properties.
The only thing that might make it out of Future State is that Batman.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Really? Because I thought they were doing like a mini series about, like, you know,
don't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Oh.
We'll have to see what the numbers do. Just like they were so excited about Flora's Wonder Woman. We'll see. We'll see.
But was that a numbers issue with the Flora's Wonder Woman, or was it just people just decided
they had high hopes and it came crashing down? Something awful for them.
Well said.
But you see, but that's the
kid. They run at first sight. That's my point that I'm making.
And that is the problem with DC is they never.
But that's how they are, and that's what it is.
You know,
there's no changing anyone's mind at this point. So
okay. Here's the thing. I hear CW's going forward with Naomi, which they should, but they're not going forward with that series. So it's like, explain that.
Well, animation's also a little more costly, and that was only going to be on the CW seed.
Oh, I thought this was action. Okay.
Yeah, and to be fair, Naomi is, you know, it's a David Walker
prestige.
Property.
Yeah, that's got a little more cachet and prestige.
You know.
So.
And did I hear Ava DuVernay is going to come in for like at least the first episode or something to direct?
That's what they said, but we'll see. We'll see how that contract's holding up in about 6 months. That way.
Well, you know. Well, that's the thing with any contract. You got to do it in a certain time frame, and if you're always wishy-washy, your contract's going to expire. You know?
Yep, that's what I mean. We got 6 months to hear something.
And
goodbye.
And was that Wonder Girl series a Berlanti thing? Because I heard Naomi's not a Berlanti thing. So is that another thing?
No shade, but y'all know how I feel. All his shows are the exact freaking same. Yeah. How can Felicity and Supergirl be the same damn character except one has superpowers and the other one doesn't? I'm just saying. It's true. It's true. So I'm very happy.
Is that the thing? Are they maybe trying to slowly inch away from, you know, being all Berlanti all the time?
And, you know, for all intent and purposes, neither is Stargirl. That is Jeff Johns' baby. He got some mentorship from Greg Berlanti, but like, yeah.
See, every time you say,
I'm glad that we're kind of moving away from that. Yeah, to be honest, Arrowverse needs to die.
Every time you say Felicity, I think of that woman with the long red hair. So,
Hoffman.
Good. No. He's talking about that TV show from the
TV show Felicity, and I'm trying to remember her name, and I can't.
Was it JJ Abrams? Yeah, that was JJ Abrams.
No, JJ Abrams.
Before he did Alias.
Yeah, I was actually talking about the actress who played Felicity, but yeah.
I forget her name.
Yeah,
it's not Kerry Russell, is it?
Oh, Kerry Russell. Yes, thank you, Kerry Russell.
She didn't have red hair, did she?
Oh, in the movie, it was kind of like a strawberry blonde, actually.
It was red enough for it was a TV ginger, okay? It was the kind of
a strawberry blonde. Like I said, there's no such thing as a strawberry blonde, but they always say strawberry blondes count as gingers. As a ginger file, no, they don't.
Well, you know, only if you like Brillo pad gingers. That's all I'm saying. You want your chore boy gingers? Yeah, that's that. Yeah, if you need the copper, yes, that's a whole other bag of hammers. But You see, chore boys are these little copper scrubbing pads that you would use on cast iron when you would wash things. And you are supposed to wash cast iron. Don't look at me like that. That is a myth made up by people who didn't want to do the dishes. So,
well, that's only for people who don't know how to properly season their pans, is what I hear.
Okay, well,
no. People who don't properly season their pans believe that they don't have to wash cast iron. But if you have properly seasoned it, then you absolutely do need to clean your pan.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing. You got to get the excess carbon off. You want only
exactly. I don't know. You don't know that you don't deserve cast iron. That's all.
You want to keep the hydrocarbons, lose the full carbons.
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
The hydrocarbons is what gives you gives it the slickness that can create the what do you call it, where the water floats above the heat, which is like the coolest magic trick if you have a microscope.
Don't waste the butter.
Anyway, don't mind me. Yeah. So how do we get into cookware? Oh, gingers and red hair and charboys and different ways that you.
This show's weird, man.
Brillo pads. Which is how we used to describe Osborne hair back in the day.
I'm taking charge. Who wants to do comics?
Yay!
Yay! Phil's Comics Corner.
Phil's Comic Corner.
Oh, you're boo.
Yay!
All right, someone throw one out.
Well, I know that I read everything you read because I did not get to my books this week, so I read the ones that I would normally buy.
Oh, I know you probably all read. Charlie read King in Black 4, Lil. Did you read it?
Yes.
Yes, of course I did.
I figured.
I told you I'm giving Marvel the benefit of the doubt with this one. If they hurt me, they hurt me, and they'll lose my money like DC.
So spoiler.
There's plenty of independent comics that will love me.
So spoilers. What do you think of Eddie Brock as Captain Universe?
Good for him, to be honest. Redemption, but not like Venom movie redemption for Eddie Brock. But I could go for it.
I know, but do you really it's going to bypass the?
No, of course not.
Go to Brock.
But I'm going to pretend. Let him have his moment in the sun, for the love of God, please.
Here's what we can say: Flash Thompson is dead. For now. So the Force had to find someone else to bond with who had the knowledge of the symbiotes. So
okay. How about someone with knowledge of symbiotes and who's had the Captain Universe powers before? Peter Parker.
He's busy.
It actually would have been but he rejected the symbiotes. So really,
and they're bitter buddies.
Yeah, well, not only that, but he never learned to see that. That's the real thing. He never learned to be one with the symbiote. I think that Eddie Brock always got overpowered by the symbiote.
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
I thought, I felt that Flash Thompson. I always want to call him John Jameson for some reason, but Flash Thompson. Yeah, Flash Thompson.
The disrespect in this room.
A meathead by any other name.
Flash Thompson actually came to an understanding with it, and for what it's worth, the symbiote actually really liked Flash. He was like, "That was the best host I ever had." I'm back with you, Brock. Okay.
That's what Felicia said.
Oh,
hey, once you go Flash, you never go Bash. So,
go back neither.
Anyway, but okay. So Eddie Brock's got it. It was a great ending. It was a neat thing. It was clearly pitched as the Phoenix Force was going to be the antithesis of Null.
Oh, but God, that thing's everywhere these days.
Well, that was the thing. I think the entire reason it's not is expressly because they because. Here's what I'm going to tell you. They pitched this and then the Phoenix Force comes in, and they're like, "Oh, we got some other plans for the Phoenix Force. I don't know if that's what we want to do with her right now."
Here's Reborn.
Yeah, and so essentially what happened was they said, pick something else. But if you look at everything else in that scene, Marvel Girl shows up and she's in everyone's heads and she's doing it's like, oh, there's a force that's like a symbiote that takes over its host that gives them power. And it's a force of light. What could it possibly be?
Were they like,
no, not that one.
Were they like, okay, we bombard people with event after event, but are we going to have back-to-back events where it's the Phoenix both times?
But is the other Phoenix event really? That's the thing. It's like
Heroes Reborn is going to be. Isn't it Phoenix?
Okay, yeah. But couldn't you have tied that into King in Black then? Maybe showing how also the light can be just as destructive.
2 different writers, man. They want their own thing, man.
Okay,
and that's a Venom, and this is a Venom thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the grafting of the Captain Universe onto this Phoenix story is a little
well, I mean,
as luck would have it.
I mean, you can kind of loosely say it. It's like the antithesis of a symbiote. It's light, not dark.
But you know what? There actually is already established in the Marvel Universe another race of symbiotes that are electricity based. That was in, what was that? There was this weird little short-lived series where this person had a symbiote that let her spy on superheroes, and her whole thing was just discrediting superheroes. I don't think it was called Frontline, but it was like one of those investigative reporters, conspiracy theories about superheroes kind of comic books at some point. Really beautiful artwork in it, by the way. And basically, it's this woman bonded with this electricity symbiote who says, yes, we are kind of like these symbiotes that you are aware of, but we're like electricity and light. So that would have been cool.
I mean, at least it's Captain Universe. I just always feel like, they're overdoing the symbiote thing. They're overdoing the Phoenix now. It's just like running back to the same well.
I'm not going to say they're overdoing it because I'm still liking the stories.
I mean, King of Black.
That's the thing. It's sort of like it's sort of like when there's a lot of Superman books and they're all really good. It's like, it's always like, oh, they're overdoing, or like when Wolverine's in every book. Eventually, it gets to the point where like it's too much Wolverine, really, and then they'll have Deadpool mention that.
This one is good. King in Black is good, but it's like I think the symbiotes. It's like being an Avenger in the '90s. Everyone's had a symbiote at this point.
Well, now literally everyone has. So more power.
And maybe we can bid whole trope now. Then maybe that's the point.
I mean, if there's anything about this, like maybe they're going to they're going to knock Null down a peg. They're going to say that light always defeats darkness because that's the balance in this universe.
Trope.
Because at the end of the day, the light does win, because if it's all darkness, nothing lives. And it's like you're going back to what was the, like 3 times ago when a force of darkness tried to conquer the universe in the Mighty Hercules, was the Japanese one. And just wanted to go back to the darkness when there was nothing. And maybe that's going to tie into the Beyonders, which we'll eventually get back, because
I can relate.
That was the you always have that nothing of blackness, but you never have that nothing of just the brightness. And the darkness and the brightness would be an interesting thing, that the Beyonders are this existence of constant existence, even though it's static, and the darkness is constant lack of existence but static. And that's the real war, the Beyonders versus that thing that came before, the colliding of the universes. I don't know. That's a theory.
Oh my lord! If Tracksuit Beyonder ever shows up in the Marvel universe, like
he's coming, man.
Oh my lord! I like to see you. If it's you're gonna be like, oh, it can take me now, Lord. I've seen the Beyonders.
Well, I actually still have obligations on this world. I'm not leaving. I got stuff to do.
I want to see Secret Wars too.
I want to see Secret Wars 27. Okay.
I mean,
I already read Secret Wars 2.
No,
I own it.
I mean, in the movies or something. You want to see Secret Wars 2.
I want to see Secret Wars. No, I want to see Secret Wars 27. I don't want to see Secret Wars 2. I know Secret Wars 2. I would love to see Secret Wars the movie. I would love to see Secret Wars 2 the movie. I'm waiting for Secret Wars 27. After Secret Wars 27, assuming they don't do these all in 1 year increments, I'm good. I'm assuming 10 years between each Secret Wars.
Because it was, bitches.
Anyway, other books.
Wait. Lilith, you got anything?
Carry on. It's fine.
No, you don't have any like anything.
I do. It's just I don't think either one of you read it. It was just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin #2.
I told you. I keep wanting that. I keep forgetting. I need to read that. But yeah, they said that set like a big sales record, right?
Yeah. If it's not on your pull list, forget it. You're paying like $40 for it.
So
True story.
So what?
I really don't want to spoil it. It's kind of one of those things you have to pick up. Like it's just getting so good, and like it's kind of like keep the secret at this point. Just to be honest, just know that the artwork's really great. They're really ramping up, but they're gonna probably continue to be running behind. Unfortunately, this just feels like a doomsday clock situation.
Yeah,
so savor your read. Don't rush through it. The first time is all that I can tell you.
Wasn't the first one like a couple months ago?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're like behind.
Okay,
but it was worth the wait. Honest to goodness, it was worth the wait. So.
Nice.
I'm just glad that it brought everybody back to it seems like it's bringing everybody back to the franchise. So I'm hoping that this will reinvigorate like what Power Rangers, the comic books did for the actual franchise, and like getting back into that Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. We might be getting back into like classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like this is just giving you all the vibes, like a perfect jumping off point to actually like go do a TV show set kind of more so in the original continuity of Turtles, things like that.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's just got me excited for the possibilities. It's a really great story, really great art. You just tell they love these characters. It's just a love letter to the fans, and still keeping it new. I guess I can say that's what I can say without ruining anything.
Nice. So they are getting it right.
Oh yeah, and no doubt.
So just so you know, we're getting near our hour. And we do have another show to do in which, some extra comics might not hurt us to fill that time. Although, obviously, I could just talk for 2 more hours about WandaVision. And then Winter Soldier and Bucky. Sorry, Captain America and Bucky. So, pick of the week. I'm going to make it right now. Savage Avengers #18.
Oh, yeah.
And
Conan and Deadpool Part 2. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I love the symbiote sword being like, I really don't care about Null or any of these other whippersnapper symbiotes, man. I just got to kill Cullen Gath. And that's what you want to do. So let's work. Say these guys coming back just jazzed me up. So I'm here. Let us go kill Cullen Gath, and I can cut the swath for you from the symbiotes right now, and that's gonna work.
I love when they break into the Hellfire Club to rob the place, because I guess that mutants are keeping extra money there. Their slush fund, they said.
Yeah, which is not the
ridiculous.
Well,
yeah, if you already are in an offshore place,
when you're offshore,
already offshore. Oh well, we'll just keep our money in an unsecured, deserted building in the capital of supervillains, because that makes sense.
That's Sebastian Shaw,
Just
that's his.
Yeah,
he's playing 60 chess, bro.
That's Sebastian Shaw's hooker and drug money. Come on.
But to be fair here, it was so easy to break in.
Oh yeah.
It's like literally, oh no, I got some guy's thumb. And we're just gonna go in there and we're gonna steal the money. And Conan, My fully clothed Conan. Yes, I love fully clothed Conan.
Sacrilege.
But
Man, it's cold out.
But I just love Iceman, Bishop, and Callisto come out of one of those portals, and Bishop starts opening fire. And what does Conan do? He whips Deadpool into the path.
Well, I love Conan's use of Deadpool. It's like, I don't like sorcery, but you know what? This guy, he makes a great shield.
He says he loves the guy, but yeah, he just keeps using Deadpool as a blunt object.
Well, because he can take
He'll
it.
regenerate. He'll be fine.
Exactly.
He likes a person that isn't fragile, you know?
Yeah, and to be fair, he made, Deadpool said, well, I mean, if we're honest, my healing factor is even better than Logan's. So, really? Well, great.
Subtext.
I think I have a plan.
Well, I love when Deadpool's even like, I don't know if we should be ripping off the Hellfire Club, and Conan's like, is it Logan's money? No. Oh, well, let's go in then.
Well, exactly. It's like, well, it's Logan's people's money. It's like, well, then if it's not Logan's money, I don't care. He has loyalty to Logan. Logan's a warrior that he cares about. There's a great thing about, Nightflyer and his lawyer, which is very subtle, but still Conan picks up on it.
Oh yeah.
And Conan's like, what the heck do I care? It's like some of the best warriors I know slept with their own. It's not really any skin off mine. I just don't want the money to get messed up, which is Disney's guiding philosophy. Don't care about that. We just don't want the money to get messed up.
Okay, who you sleep with? Just don't mess up the money.
Don't mess up the money.
We need the money. Gimme.
And I mean, obviously, if you're a fan of Cable, you probably don't like the smack talk against Cable from Deadpool. But if you don't like Iceman, yeah, it's a little where you can
he'll pull himself together just because he took a sword from Conan,
Although to be fair, Iceman's a hero. He's not trying to kill. It's your basic Batman v Superman situation where it's like Iceman, yeah, he could literally freeze his heart, but Iceman isn't going to do that. He wants him to back off. I'm cold. But of course, it's like, I've fought ice giants before, And in fact, even makes this whole thing is like, oh, it's good to see your kind is still alive and I can fight more ice giants.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, who's Ymir? Now, first off, how does Bobby Drake not know who Ymir is? Has he not been in the Marvel Universe for 60 years at this point? Haven't they, been to Asgard? I don't know.
He's been cloned 20 times on Krakoa. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, and they're probably messing with his brain. I don't like the spiky Iceman, by the way. Looks too much like Equinox or Jack Frost or a lot of other characters that get too spiky. I like my Iceman smooth.
No comment.
Or snowy. I'll take a nice snowball Iceman because that was his first form. He just had snow on him. He was cute. But yeah,
he's in your face with that sack.
Yeah, so I loved it. I love the interaction between Conan and all of the villains of this universe. And I love the idea of Conan. Conan is this character who is a hero, but he's mostly a villain. And so he's going to hang out with other villains and thieves because he does that. That's his thing. He is looking for adventure and gold and wine and whatnot. So he is a noble villain, but he's still a villain.
He's an anti-hero.
Essentially, Anyway, so that was my pick. So that was that.
Oh, I do know what Lilith read. X-Men Legends #1.
They hit me right in the pocket with nostalgia. It's okay. I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. I like it, but it's a little too try hard. See, remember? Do you remember?
Is this going to be canon, or are they just like, oh, see what we could have did? Because spoiler.
That's what it feels like to me. If it's canon, then I'm here for it. But I have a feeling that it's not.
Because they basically explain.
But this could be my alternate book. I have kind of given up quietly on Marauders. I was looking for another X-Men book, so
ooh.
They're treading water. and it stopped being fun. So that's the reason why I was reading Marauders.
Wait, the pirates are treading water.
Oh, I'm so deep in the puns I don't even see them. Yikes! Is this how Matt Conan feels?
What?
Is this how Matt Conan feels?
I guess.
Fuck it, Lilith.
But yeah, I mean.
But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Right in the feels.
Of course, it's in Nisa Iza because it's 90s X-Men, and they're showing the idea they had where Adam X was going to be Cyclops and Havoc's brother. Not Vulcan.
Fun times. Okay. Another Summers boy. That's just what I always love.
Honestly, I think that the Summers just had lots of kids. Like maybe they were Catholic. I don't know.
It would explain Cyclops' guilt, honestly. I mean, him and Matt Murdock could have a talk.
Yeah, or maybe his dad just got around. I don't know.
I mean, again, after the mother was killed, his dad was in space for how long? They could have a bunch of half alien siblings out there.
Oh, I want some alien mutant Summers kids. That would be great. What was that?
You thought the humans were a handful? Just you wait.
Oh yeah, because aliens. I don't think those are tentacles.
No, well, there were mammalians. I remember those. He had a mammalian girl that he hung out with at one point with a tail, didn't he?
The skunk girl, yeah.
Yes, that's what I said. The skunk girl. So Stinkor could be a real character from the old He-Man stories. So remember Stinkor back in the day?
I remember the He-Man. That was my childhood.
I know. And they're still trying to make something out of that franchise in the cinematic universe. So, and that's
only if Dolph Lundgren says he'll do it.
Oh man, He-Man, know what you want.
Oh man, yes. Old man He-Man, that would be. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I want to see King Adam. Oh. There you go, King Adam.
Who knows what eternity? Well, Kevin Smith's working on that animated one for Netflix.
So we'll never see it.
Oh,
yeah.
Nobody tell Kevin. I don't want him to cry. Nobody tell Kevin.
Oh.
Smith's lost a lot of weight, but he still likes, procrastination additives.
It's not the weight, it's the
and I get it. I understand it. Truthfully, I do. I know how the vice can be like that. And it's like, well, I could create things or I could just think about creating things. And that's just as exciting and not doing it. So
he gets high and watches TV.
Yeah, well, I think he gets high and thinks about stuff. He just forgets to write it down. Write it down, Kevin.
No. Get a tape recorder. Don't try to write it down. You get a tape recorder.
Have Harley type. Trust me,
when you try to write it down, you'll never get it done. If you do it with the tape recorder, just hit the record on your phone and you're fine.
Use your phone tape recorder. Okay, Grandma.
Yeah, he
it actually has better, like analog's better.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, but.
He should just do that, come up with his ideas, have Harley type it up, have his wife edit it. I'm sure it'll be great. To be fair, that's how a lot of
great your workflow, Kevin. You're welcome.
That is how that's how 90% of Mickey Splain's books got written. So,
Smoke the doobie.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's his history. But anyway.
Lil has plans this evening, so we should get out here.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, stay tuned for Super Connectivity later in the week. I have a feeling more WandaVision's coming up and more comics.
Ooh, yes, lots more comics. We haven't even talked about Immortal Hulk Flatline.
Or
your teaser.
Or the Iron Man or the Captain America.
Oh, yes, those were both very good.
The ones I don't want to talk about.
Well, I could talk about Iron Man, but we could save it for the next time.
I know why. Lilith picked up Iron Man this week.
I love Ben Riley.
I told you. I'm trying to get into modern day Iron Man, and it's getting good. It's fine.
Yeah, you know, the covers help. Those Alex Ross covers always help.
Yes. I won't lie. That's what I came for.
Yeah. I don't even like the covers, and that's why I'm here. So, you know, that, and of course, Patsy. So, anyway, Phil, I couldn't hear what did you just say? I couldn't hear it. Is it my headphones? Do I need new headphones?
Yeah, I don't think you're wearing.
I think I need new headphones too.
Yeah, we all need some of those fancy tweaked audio headphones. Fancy headphones, but not a fancy price.
You even get a coupon.
Yeah.
A coupon? What coupon can we use?
Use the magic word Southgate.
Yeah.
A checkout.
Can we get him to change it to Master Doom? Can we have them contact him? I need the code to be Master Doom.
Oh, you know what, man? I'm going to be honest with you. That's too many letters. No one's going to remember it.
Doom.
It's like, no, Doom would be good, yeah. Doom is perfect because it's just 4 letters.
Mr. Doom. We'll downgrade him.
SMG Doom.
Yes, anyway.
Yes.
Is there anything else I can use the coupon code Southgate at?
Why, yes. I'm glad you asked, Charlie Esther. You can use it on the Hunt-A-Killer.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. Is that like an escape room delivered to my house where I help Michelle Gray solve a cold case?
Great guess, Charlie Esther. You are right.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
And you can also use the code Southgate on that because Master Doom is too many letters.
Yes, and you know, if I don't want to do that and I just want to buy other stuff, how should I buy other stuff?
If you're a learned type, you know, we do have a book about podcasting.
Oh, wow. Where can I buy a book about podcasting?
Well, you can buy that book and much, much more in the rest of the world on Amazon, Charlie Esther.
Oh,
you know, Backstreet Boy Funko Pops, things like that.
But kids, stop before you go on there. Use the link down in the show notes before you use that link to get on the Amazon, because when you do, you help us bring you this show, this mess, the network, and you help support that man. The code, that man in the bathrobe, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom.
Mark my words.
But if you want to talk to us, you can always email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, links to this YouTube channel, links to our merch, links to our Patreon.
Smash
it! Enough about your night, Lilith Hellfire. But yes,
smash it.
Links to everything we do, all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. Okay, Miss Smash It. Where can people find you?
Find me on Twitter, live tweeting Batwoman. Sunday nights at 8, the premiere of Superman and Lois when that hits, and also the premiere of Flash when that drops, at Lilith Hellfire on the gram for cute puppy pictures and smoothies and cold pressed juice at Lilith Hellfire 86, but a spicy memes at Lilith Hellfire 69 on TikTok and the gram.
Gimme.
And of course, you can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way where Maz and Paz once did at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter as I also live tweet Batwoman on Sunday nights at 8 when I remember. And next Monday, the beginning of the end of DuckTales. A woohoo. 7 o'clock on Disney Channel. We're moving towards the end of it, people, and you got to be there for it, and I will be, and hopefully you will be too. At Charlie Esser, that's CHARLIE ESSER. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality. Bing!
Thank you, Maz.
It's legally admissible evidence.
It is.
It is.
Just the way I like it.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Capes and Lunatics, episode 197. Almost 200. But for another week, we have been your Capes.
Ampersand.
Lunatics!
Oh my lord, this thing. People gotta watch this video. Little Hellfire, just that movie. It's
Angle on my camera's wrong.
No, it's got the apple juice in focus. That's just in frame. That's just all we need.
Branding. Charlie has some branding. We make superstars. Good night.